This is the St. Johns County Real Estate Auction Report brought to you by Vanta Quality Assets. You can find us at vantallc.com. Investors welcome. Now, let's go to court. And at the auction, we start with condominium, 220 South Ocean Grand Drive, Unit 202. Very nice place, just right up the block from where I am. Anyway, the condo estimate roughly is $392. As you can see, the reserve was at $373. You'd say to yourself, well, that's $20,000 under. Yeah, but it certainly is not the right price for real estate. So basically, real estate investing. So basically, no one got it. Went back to the bank. This one, this one was delicious. 3531 Evernia Street. The property was clean. Needs a little help, not that much. The estimate is in the 83,000 range, but if you look around here, you see more in the 100,000. And of course, we didn't do a full BPO on it, but I can definitely tell you that at 36%, with the way the property spec'd out, it was real nice purchase. And it's 3531 Evernia Street. Now, next one canceled. So unfortunately we couldn't get any deals or any information on that. So wah. Okay, CA 1291. This particular one went back to the bank. If you notice, the reserve was a bit high. Okay, it's at 70. Went back to the bank. Nobody really wanted it. There was a lot of issues with it, even though the reserve was not that high. It was high because of there were a lot of issues with it. A lot of issues. A lot of liens. Didn't want it. Okay, next property is let's see, 260 Seahawk Drive, Ponte Vedra, Florida. Unfortunately, we didn't have all the stats on it, and it was, of course, it's a foreclosure. The high bid, by the way, there was no reserve. There was bidding left and right, but the high bid went to the bank at $141,000. That's where people just stopped. We stopped way below that. I think we stopped at 79, but that was us. Anyway, let's go on. The next property, 4233 Oak Lane. Very nice little property. Its estimate's 192. Reserve was 164. Still a lot higher than what we would pay or anyone else would. So it didn't even sell. No one even bid. So let's go to the next one. C28. This one is 1714 Heatherwood Drive, Jacksonville, Florida. Nice property, nice location. You got a little pond for the backyard. Really nice little area. Estimates at 378. That was close enough, but look at the reserve. That didn't sell. So basically, this next one did sell. 518 Fruit Cove Road. Very nice property. Lots and lots of space there, lots of property there, and it sold at 137. That's a 66% according to the estimate amount. Okay, and basically the house was in good condition, was not in that bad of a condition. The reserve was at 130. There was bidding back and forth. We went back and forth with some other people, and well, they got it at 137. And hey, easy come, easy go, I guess, right? So let's look at this one. 944 Irvin Street. You can look it up again. St. Augustine, Florida. Irvin Street. Did that sell? No. Went back to the bank. The reserve was way too high. I mean, the reserve was equal to the retail amount, this estimate. What we would pay for is max 84 if the property was in good condition, which it was not. This one canceled. This next one canceled. Let me show it to you anyway. And Larkspur Loop. There's a lot of properties out there in Larkspur Loop that are in foreclosure and have been selling, bit by bit. Anyway, Jacksonville, Florida, canceled. Its estimate is at 240. Looking forward to seeing that again. Next property, the bank held a reserve, and the bank also bid the same exact amount. Very weird the way they did that. Anyway, 5042 Big Oaks Road, South, St. Augustine. Nice little area, lots of trees, but the bank got it back at 68%. No one else bid more than the bank, and there's a reason why, because these particular properties here are, I would say, not in very good shape. Here's another one. An amateur actually kept bidding. They didn't see the reserve. Let me show you the property. 451 Sparrow Branch Circle. And they thought that the high bid, when the bank starts at 100, they can, bid 200. And it was going back and forth, back and forth. They got the idea of 4,000. Of course, the bank had to bid 4,000, and I guess that's all the amateur had. Anyway, again, look at the reserve, way high. Nothing was gotten with that one, so went back to the bank. This is the last property here. Went back to the bank as well. 1845 Old Moultrie Road, apartment 31. Yes, it's a part of a condo unit, and it's an Old Moultrie Road, and high bid went back to the bank. Reserve was way too high. Its estimates at 71. I don't know what the bank is thinking on this one, but that's all she wrote when it comes to the auction. And in other news, we'll go over it briefly. This is the 30-year fixed, the 5-year chart here. Again, it's forming that channel downward. That's the upper line of the channel. Here's the lower line of the channel. It seems like it still wants to go down. I would not be surprised if it hits the July, August, September lows at 3.34 at some point. If it breaches that, we're looking at 30-year mortgage rates almost in the NERP territory, which is the negative interest rate policy. We'll talk about that at some point in the future, but it's a pretty interesting concept where the banks actually pay you to borrow. It's happening in Europe. Anyway, here's a 6-month chart of the 30-year interest rate, fixed mortgage interest rate. Yes, it looks like it's going down, a little up and down and so forth. But what this does is it keeps companies like these going. Beazer Homes, for example. Here's a 6-month chart of Beazer Homes. If you notice, the February low has been met, and now it is going up. As a matter of fact, this is called a reverse head and shoulders pattern, even though the right shoulder is a bit elongated. This is a 6-month chart. If you're looking at a 2-year chart of the Beazer Homes, you're looking at a different situation. Looking at further away, looking at really at a downward channel, and here's the trend line right here. Still touching the trend line, has not breached it. It may not, possibly, we don't know, but I know one thing. With mortgages, fixed rate mortgages going down as far as interest rates are concerned, this may actually breach to the upside. Anyway, the investment research dynamics, Dave Kranzler, excellent website. I like going to it. Lots of different articles. Here's one: Dangerous Illusion of Prosperity. We'll talk about a little bit about the dangerous illusion a little later, but here it is right here. Today's this is in Denver, by the way. Denver, Colorado. It talks about the housing market in Denver, which is one of the hot markets. It also, if you keep reading, it actually talks about the market in Denver drying up and going down, and you will make a small fortune shorting this sector if you do it with carefully and with patience. Well, yeah, I wouldn't short real estate, especially in Denver at this point in time, but done carefully and with patience, you can make money anywhere. Anyway, as far as this is concerned, though, it is saying that there is a top being formed in the Denver market. There are certain markets that real estate wise are not doing as well or have topped out, and there's other markets that are just starting to go up. So you got to know where you are in the stream of time. And this is the illusion we're talking about, the highly leveraged, highly manipulated with high frequency trading machines stock market. Here's the S&P 500 of the most liquid stocks out there, and you have definitely kind of like just almost a sideways channel. This is a 6-month chart going all the way back to November of last year. Let's look at I like to look at a 5-year chart of the S&P 500, which is quite telling. It looks like the ascension is kind of stalling here, all the way at the top. Okay, it's been ascending and it's kind of stalling, but you could have said that about this top here in early 2014 or late 2013. You could have said the same thing about middle 2013. My perception is it's going to keep going up, mainly because the Federal Reserve is afraid. They are afraid of this looking the other way. And that's all I'm going to say about that. It's unfortunate, but we do have an economy that is being managed by a few people, not the free market. And that, my friend, is the crux of communism. But that's just my opinion. Till next time, bid well, have no fear, and remember, take your damn hats off, it's court!